All right, Brett and Tara wanted to show you where we are with Addie, sort of the latest and greatest on her training and her development. A couple of things. First, what's going on with Addie with her health. Of course, like I mentioned, she is in heat, definitely in heat. We're on about day 8 or 9 now, so you'll probably hear some yapping in the background because the boys are starting to get pretty interested in her. So obviously we're taking every precaution, making sure we keep her isolated so we don't have any accidental breedings. Don't anticipate any problems. It happens all the time. So it's absolutely no big deal. But in terms of Addie with her development and her training, I'm very happy with Addie. I've noticed this week she's been a lot like this, where she's very concerned about scent, which is really kind of her MO anyway. She's very, very sensitive to smell, which is that's just part of who she is at this point. Obviously though, when they're in heat, you know, they're going to want to smell a lot. Check all the other dogs' scent. It's a big thing on high on their agenda. But in terms of Addie working with me, I'm very happy with this. I feel like we're in good shape. Hey, Addie, come here, baby. Addie is very happy to come to me. That's all going very well. Every time Addie and I are together, the tail is wagging. We've got a happy dog. She generally works with me very well. Quite happy with that. We've also gotten Addie very comfortable with the daily routines, getting in and out of airing yards, getting out of her pen. There's no problem now. She's also quite social, good with all the other dogs, good with young dogs. She seems to be fine with when she's with any younger dogs. We have a lot of 6-month-old dogs that we're starting that are getting going. So what I wanted to kind of show you is what we're working on next is, like I said, the next piece in the puzzle is to work on control. We want Addie to be you know, comfortable, but we also want her to understand, you know, there's rules and things we expect of her. So we have gotten pretty good with here. That command is going well. So the next thing we need to do is we need to work on teaching her the heel command. All right, so now that we have got her to where we can start the heel command, we're going to practice this a lot. And of course, the heel position is important for our training because we are going to be doing a lot of our training from this spot. This is kind of our starting off point for all the formal obedience commands. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you just a little bit of the way I do heel. I generally do heel on the left side. I noticed when Brett was here with her, he had her on the left side, and that seemed to be where he put her. She seems to accept me guiding her pretty well. And there are things that are good, and then there's things we're going to have to keep working on shaping. So let's start with the good. The first off is she seems to be pretty comfortable with the actual heel movement. Heel. Heel. Good girl. Heel. Girl. Good heel. Sure. Heel. Good. And then we're working on sit. Now I'm having to help her with her sit. That obviously is something that's relatively new to her, but we're getting the hang of it. And so the things that she does well there is she's very good about going along and working with me. She seems to be fine with me helping her with the sit command. That's all going quite well. What I don't like is I don't like her smelling the ground during heel. I'm going to tolerate it for the next week or 10 days while she's finishing her heat cycle, because I figure that's at least part of it. I do expect her to sit at sit and not lay down and not sniff the ground while we're at sit. So I will not let her sniff the ground while we're doing that. But she does do this quite nicely. She seems to work well for praise and petting. She seems to enjoy affection. She's not terribly motivated by food and treats, so I haven't really bothered rewarding her with treats. We just make sure that we, like right there, I don't allow her to go to the ground. I make her work with me, and I keep, she loves her ears being scratched, like most dogs, and is generally very happy. The other thing that she does well is when I turn, I notice that she looks up to me, which is quite good. I'm quite happy with that. Hey, nope. So as we go along, we'll polish more and more to where I'm not going to let her sniff the ground at all when we're at the heel position. Nope. Here. Sit. Good girl. So let's do one more rep of heel. Give you a good clue of where she's at. Hey, Addie, heel. Heel. Good girl. Good girl. And there I'm being a lot more demanding of her and not letting her get to the ground and keeping her right there with me. Sit. Good. And we're using light collar pressure, pulling on the leash to help teach her to sit. So all in all, this is a good start on formal obedience. She's getting there. Little by little, we see more and more pieces where you know, it's coming along, so I'm quite happy with her. Especially considering she's in heat, and a lot of times girls in heat, they're kind of hormonal and sometimes don't work terribly well with me. Addie seems to be doing fine, so we're still making progress. I'm very happy with her, so we're getting there.